Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. And yes, we certainly are. I hope you're all having a great Monday or whatever day it is that you're watching this, because we love it when people watch on the replay. It's just the same, only it's just not live. But it was. This show was originally broadcast live. Yes. There you go. And there you have it. Whoa. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share this on out. Oh, look. It's Genesis Revelation and Operation Shutdown. Welcome to the Truth Quest. I'm going to go ahead and share this out to my favorite social media platforms. And so feel free to do the same. That's the way that the word gets out in my, in my limited way of being able to do things here. So yeah. Yes. So I appreciate that. If you can, share it out, and that would be fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. And I always put a little note on mine. We are live. Okay. Keyboard's rocking. It's a rocking, baby. The keyboards are rocking. And there ain't no stopping. Yeah. Yes. You've made it to the Truth Quest, where we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. Yes, it certainly is. Okay. And Genesis Revelation. Thank you for the thumbs up, buddy. Appreciate that. And Operation Shutdown. We are live. Yes, and just downrange of strange. Hello, Catherine Weiss. Welcome to the program. And just Josh. Hugs to you too, buddy. And Genesis Revelation, number 1. He got the number 1 like. Go ahead and grab your lucky number, friends, because whatever number you get, that's your lucky number for at least a week. So, yeah, I'm going to run on over there myself and grab number 3. 3 is my lucky number. I've always liked 3. 3 is a good number. It's a nice number. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's just right. Right? There you go. Well, I'm sure you probably heard the big news. The big news today. I'm not really telling you anything you don't already know. Most probably. Most probably. And that is this, friends. Funny, it told me you got number 1. All right, just Josh. Yep. Look at what happened today. Yep. I guess they're accepting the deal. Now, it looks like that might be like 60 days or something like that before until it all kind of settles and they count all the nickels, because I think he's paying it all in nickels or pennies. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be funny? Then they have to count them all. But I don't know. He's setting it free. Freedom of speech, baby. Fly free. Like them or not. You know, I don't think there's anybody in the world that I agree with everything about them. Certainly, there are some things about this character that are strange, but if he's all for freedom of speech and wants to free up the the really the electronic town square. Oh my goodness, Catherine Weiss, thank you very much for that super chat. Wow. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. That's incredible. And thank you to everyone who has contributed in the past. I know times are tough, and but so every single bit helps. So thank you so very much, Catherine Weiss, good friend of the program. Yes. All righty then. So what do you think about that Elon Musk deal, friends? Never tweeted? Go Catherine. Yeah. Go Catherine. That's wonderful. You're very welcome, Aaron, Catherine says. Yeah. Well, you might not like everything the guy does, but if he's willing to put up 44 or 43 billion to buy a company that's never really made any money, but he's doing it solely, supposedly, allegedly, to foster free speech again, which should never have gone away. It's really despicable what's happened here in this country. I remember it wasn't very long ago, um, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, even when we heard that China was restricting what their people could see on the internet. And I remember there was like this, everyone was like, what? Why would a country do, oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness we're not living in a country that censors what we are shown. But boom, here we are. And like I said before, we're watching the Chinification of America. The Chinification. Yep, we're turning into China. But we are not gonna go down without uh, a lot of resistance and reform. So I guess trending was quitting Twitter. I guess was trending. So they're all these people, the censors. I'm sure they're like, what's going to happen to my job? Well, go build your own platform. Like that's what you told us. Remember? So there you go. Yeah, interesting. They went from war to Elon and Twitter. Well, the war is still going. They don't want that to go away. They'll string that along as they can. And they really want a nuclear conflict with Russia. This is what they want. They want Russia to send nukes to the United States, and they'll even do it themselves and say it was from them. It's really pathetic. So these criminals need to be rounded up, and I think Durham has enough dirt on these people to put them away for a long, long time. So I don't mind that he takes his time. He takes his time, you know, crosses all the T's, dots all the I's, makes sure that the cases are rock solid, and then put these criminals in prison where they belong. You know, it won't be so bad for them in prison. They can always make friends with the cockroaches. You know, there you go. They did the crime. Now they got to do the time. We're going to see Sussman go down and all the rest of these creeps. The people that that orchestrated this elaborate hoax against to spy on and give false evidence paid for opposition research, garbage, and pass it off as real news and got so many people involved. I mean, there's not many people without dirty hands in this. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, we're here, and here's something interesting. When you're hunting or at war, being able to track is a very good skill to have. And I came across this. I believe it's some kind of tracking. These people are very skilled in tracking. Hello, Peggy Dancer. White man has been here. How can you tell? Yellow Snow wrote, "Let's go, Brandon." Yeah, Peggy Dancer, dancing on in. Welcome to the program. Doing the do-si-do. Doing the do-si-do with Peggy Dancer. Yeah, that's right. That's a pretty good meme, I'd say. I love these kind of memes where they take really cool art and they put the words on it. It's lovely. It's a great way to do it. It's a great way to do it. Don't you think? I think. It's a great little meme. I'm loving it. Oh, Peggy likes it. Thank you, Peggy. Getting the giggles out. That's what it's all about, baby. Giggling. We need to giggle more. That's why when I buy a computer, I make sure it has enough giggle bites where it can hold enough jokes, right? Make sure you get enough giggle bites. Yeah, there you go. And that, if I do it that way, it saves a step. How do you like that? Hello.
And Mike calling.
Hey, I'm on the air. Do you want to be on the air?
Oh, well, that's fine. I don't have anything really great to say, but I did watch your show this morning and yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Thank you. What'd you think of it?
Cool.
Thanks.
Oh, wow, yeah. Got my morning going on. I was up so much last night. It was unbelievable. Every other hour, it was like, oh my God, I felt all beat up all today.
Oh, I know it. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got 30 minutes in right before noon hit, and then I get on with my day trying to get ready for my ex-wife. I was going to go to the lake next week. I probably told you that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, well, you're lucky you get to get away.
Do you have any guest speakers on tonight, or what's going on tonight?
Not tonight. I don't have anyone tonight. For those listeners wondering, this is Mike the Fireman, our good friend. He's a patriot. He's a hero. He's a fireman, and lots of other things too. So he's a very cool guy, and so yeah, yes, very cool.
It was very entertaining this morning. All your great calling people. I seen that photo with the blur that got in between the tree and the moon, or whatever that was.
Yeah, that blue thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very interesting. And then the artwork, of course. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting there trying to figure out where would you put this? Like stained glass windows. If you could have that into a stained glass window in your home, imagine that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's interesting
that'd
you
be
would say that. My dad used to make stained glass windows and repair them. Did a lot of work for
wow,
churches and lamps and
neat,
things.
neat.
Yeah, he was good at that.
Yeah. So much going on, so many positive things happening, and all that. I'm very thankful. I just wake up every morning and I just want to bring God into my life, the first thing, and
Mhm.
then as we go through all the trials of the day, because this whole thing is a test to where we're going at next.
Yeah.
You know, you forget where your angle is midway through the day. You think about yourself or the road rage that you get or anything like that through the day,
Mhm.
and I've been doing very well. I'm just like, I realize how blessed I am and the community that we all have, and you and Red Pill and everybody. Think of the stress level that we've curtailed throughout this reality that we see that a lot of people can't.
Right. Like the one drop that comes to mind is those who know cannot sleep. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Very true.
That found myself calling again, like right now, just to call and say, hey, I didn't know if you had a show going on or what's going on, but I just wanted to call out and say, hey, thanks for the last so many days. Like you said, I think you mentioned earlier, I was watching your shows and my blood pressure's been going up as I'm getting older, but I think when I watch your stuff, my blood pressure goes down and I feel healthier.
Wow.
Is that weird or what?
That is weird. So
just it's the artwork, the people calling in. I think it's just a vibe, and just knowing that there's good people on this earth, and God is real, and us as the people. I truly think we are one. There's some, we hear that, we hear that term. Can somebody explain it to me? We are one.
Well, if you can see God in everything and everybody and every animal, then you realize we all are one. We can see God in ourselves and everyone else. So we really are one.
I mean, we're learning the frequency thing's huge, right? Look at frequencies and 5G and all that. So you took this artwork, and I got parts of it. I've seen some of the episodes where you say, okay, now you're mirroring this photo shot from space thing. I don't understand it all. But maybe there's more to this.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some technology where, okay, so you just did one little simple thing and you mirrored something, but think of a dimensional thing. So, or other aspects and exponential things.
Right.
And if you look into wormholes or whatever, we don't understand. We were not left with a manual for anything, let alone the planet that we're on, let alone us just to live our lives with kids, family, wives, or whatever. Just look what we're dealt with.
Yeah.
And then when you just add faith to that, there's no reason why any of us should be bored or sad come on.
Right.
This is an amazing place that we're living in.
Yeah.
And we get stuck in this little realm, and I think the realm that we get stuck in was created by some evil entity to make us not appreciate what we have.
Exactly. Yeah. Every day is a new beginning.
Yes. So what I've heard and what I've tried to practice and do is when I wake up, the first thing I do, I've got my favorite spot. I live out in the county, and I got my favorite spot. I look out the window, but there's a place I stand in the yard where I got a little bit of view other than that corn belt. I'm living on an old dairy farm, and I got this spot out off my property where I look, and it just looks like there could be just angels spinning around out there or anything when the light just hits right.
Yeah.
And I just can stand out there and just look out at the sky and just feel thanks and feel the peace, you know,
It is a
out
beautiful,
there.
beautiful planet, isn't it? It's
It is,
every
you know,
single
and then,
living thing. I got to say, Mike, I got to read this because I know you're not watching this. Peggy Dancer is agreeing with you. I agree completely at Mike. Um, Aaron has saved many lives through his positive vibes, memes, and great humor. Two hearts. Oh my goodness, what a nice thing to say, Peggy. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, and it's hard for us to bring stuff to words. I struggle, you know, it's just each one of us. I just realized there's bigger stuff out there as me, as myself, you know, and I think I was watching Thomas. I don't remember what episode it was, and you called in and you left your phone number. You doxed yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Out there on Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving home, and I'm having some. I can't remember what the epiphany was, but I'm, you know, we deal with our life struggles and all that. And you know me, and you've heard my story, and I've called you many a night, staring that off the deck, and you helped me so much. I'm sure it was one of those nights. And I was almost like giggle in the morning when you pop on and you get all your great people that just show up. A sense of calm comes over me, and it's like there's no words put to it. And then you bring up the artwork, and all of a sudden you just look into the Rambler. My family had a Rambler. I can't remember the year. I
Really?
almost want to call my mom to find out what year our Rambler was this morning. But I was in the back seat, and we were going to go turn into our driveway on the highway, and some old dude rear-ended us and ruined our Rambler. And I can remember as a kid, this has got to be like in 73 or something. And I was born in 68. I was very young. And I remember flying up on my head, hitting the ceiling of the car. And we just got rear-ended and we got in a wreck.
Oh, my.
And it totaled the Rambler. But we were all like living in okay.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago, my parents said, well, maybe we should have sued and got our car back or something, you know, because that wasn't the world that we lived in back then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? How was the other car? I mean, was the other car more damaged than the Rambler?
I don't remember. It's been so long ago. Sure. I remember this guy was a doctor and he was drunk and he didn't have his glasses on.
Oh, no.
But I don't remember any more than that without asking my mom.
Okay. You know? I'd be curious to find out because, you know, Ramblers, unlike other cars in their day, Ramblers were unibody construction. So they were much more able to sustain accidents without harming the people. All modern cars are made that way now because they're stronger. They survive crashes better. In the old days, they had a separate frame. And when cars got in accidents, the body would just fly off the frame. And
and this morning I was thinking, okay, what car was it that blew up and he got hit in the back? Was that the Pinto?
Yep, the Ford Pinto. That's right.
Because for a second I thought, well, was that the Rambler? Because we didn't blow up and we got hit from the back big time.
Yeah.
You know? And I think this Rambler was a hatchback. Did that sound right?
Rambler hatchback.
Did Ramblers have a hatchback to them?
I don't think so. No. You might be talking about a Hornet, like a AMC Hornet.
No, it was definitely a Rambler. So I'll have to ask.
Okay.
I'll have to ask Mom, and I'll get back with you at some point. Can't ask Dad anymore, unfortunately, darn it. And his phone number's still in my contacts in my phone. And I called it last summer. Decent hard times, and luckily nobody answered because that'd have been mad. Somebody had my dad's phone number. You know. But,
wow. Yeah. I know exactly how you feel. I lost my dad last year too. It's something really, really profound that happens when that happens. You're just never ready for.
No, it's never the same after that. No. But
no.
Yeah, I hear you.
But we gotta fill those boots and be that guy now for everybody else as best we can.
Yeah, I'm very blessed to get two stepsons that treat me very well, and even though I'm going through this divorce thing, they're still treating me well. So, it's all good. It's all good. You sit back and you look at, you're very blessed. I heard that you just had another grandbaby, and
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow. I find that totally amazing. Part of me is jealous, and part of me just looks at my life going, did I mess up somewhere? I got stepkids that treat me very well, and that's probably more than most has.
Mm-hmm.
What would it have been like if I would have had my own?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but congratulations. And let me just tell you, as we get older, we really realize what's important here, and it's family. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was excited to hear about that this morning. I had that going after work and playing your stuff from yesterday, and yeah, I'm impressed.
And
if
what's
you felt like you were bragging, you're not.
yeah.
I kind of get mad at my mom because she puts stuff that I do on Facebook and all that, and we all know how Facebook is evil. But then I'm sitting there going, that's what my mom has, and that made me realize this morning that I shouldn't be mad at my mom for doing anything like that.
Right.
And now I understand more as I'm getting older. I can kind of have a more perspective on what my mom's thinking right now is her time on this earth is getting shorter, and that's what she's important. What's important to her.
Exactly.
And now as myself, as the son, I need to relax on certain things and understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm growing a little bit here and there as we go.
That's interesting because I'm looking forward to the day when my mom gets on Facebook, because she hasn't been on the internet at all, and she got one email from me, and then the thing froze up, and then so she needs to wait for someone to help her. I got a picture of baby Evan up right now. Piggy Dancer says, beautiful baby boy Evan with a full head of hair. Yeah. Wild stuff.
Well,
none of my kids had a lot of hair when they were born.
No, I can't say jealous, but I'm totally impressed. I mean, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad for you. You're blessed. I'm just going to put it that way.
Yeah, and
that's a big deal.
I'm very happy for my daughter. She's going to be a great mother. She's just a wonderful person, and the father is being very, very helpful. Chuck, he's being a good guy, so that's awesome. So yeah, it's so funny because I talked to Alicia, my daughter, before the birth, and it's just asking out of curiosity. So have you thought of any names? We're not talking about that. Okay. So they left everything up till the moment. So it was literally a very pleasant surprise. We didn't know what gender it was going to be.
Yeah.
We didn't know the names. That's the way it's supposed to be.
I really appreciate that. That is so cool at this point.
I know.
Everybody wants something. I think you said this before. Everybody wants instant gratification. They want it now.
Yeah.
And it's a lost art just to sit there and say, we're going to have patience, and we don't need to know now or whatever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You jeep yourself out of the surprise. And we don't have very many surprises in our lives, happy surprises. So why avoid them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Awesome. Well,
I just had my friend Jeremy that you know about, Truther guy. He texted earlier, and the text was kind of weird to me because I was looking at current news that we've been listening to, and he goes, I think Mueller's a way hat.
Oh.
And I said, well, explain to me why. And about 10 minutes goes by, and he goes, well, the latest X-22 report. I thought I listened to it, and I didn't pick up on that. But I remember hearing RR, Rod Rosen's team was somebody, that might be on that side.
Uh-huh.
So if anybody's out there, text and tell me why. He didn't really specify why he had that feeling, but we know that we're in war and
yeah,
we're watching a show. There's got to be certain people that are acting either way,
Yeah. Well, the left was really banking on Mueller, putting a kibosh on Trump, and it didn't happen. Like a legend, it didn't happen. I mean, legendary fail. So yeah, then maybe that fail was engineered. That's interesting. Yeah, that could be.
Well, remember me saying the teeter-totter thing?
Mm-hmm.
Are we at that point now where certain people are complying because they've already know there's so much information and we're not hearing everything that's going on behind the scenes? Right. Certain people are now singing like a bird because it is spring.
Mm-hmm.
What do other people think? Jeremy's usually on it. He's on it pretty hard all the time. Where they say God only gives you so much that you can handle, but he's been pretty stressed watching all this, and I know most of us have that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot going on, and I haven't been gathering a lot of it. I've just been in kind of my situation for a bit. Every once in a while, someone will sense to step back a little bit, just try to take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all human.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, like I keep bringing up, thank God we got each other in this community. That's all I can say.
Definitely.
And that was my point the other day. Whew, I could turn you on and, oh my God, calming, and everybody calling in are just so polite, and I just feel loved. I feel like I'm a part of the community,
Yeah, well, that's interesting. So you say the show lowers your blood pressure. You know what? The other day I was reviewing one of my latest shows so I could make the thumbnail for it, and I started getting so sleepy. So maybe there is some kind of anesthetizing effect. Maybe if you ever need to sleep, put on one of my shows. Might put you right to sleep. Yeah. I got a meme up there. Yeah, I know you can't see it because you're not watching. It's Elon Musk introduces Twitter's new CEO, and of course it's Trump. And you got the screaming meme girl, 3 of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's pretty
now,
cool.
was there? I thought I seen. I finally got accepted to True Social, and I only just checked out a few things. I haven't dove in deep, and I've never been a big social media person anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so I really don't know how to navigate anything.
Mm-hmm.
I clicked on a few people to check out, hey, and then I seen there's like 20-some people that want to like be on my stuff, but I never really even posted anything, so I don't even know what to think.
Oh wow!
At this point,
Oh, so you're on True Social?
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm on there now.
Awesome.
And I've looked up a few things. Dan
Bongino.
Yeah. I watched some of his stuff. There was a video on a few things.
He's great.
And I never really liked anything or made any comments yet. And I've got like 20-something people want to like join me, and I haven't done nothing, so I don't understand it.
Wow. I guess it's a lot like Twitter. I heard. I haven't been on there yet, but I'll have to try to get on there again. I guess if you email them, you can get on. So.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm with the group. I want us to win. I'm a patriot, but I'm just at the point where, okay, well, what can I really say, and what kind of energy can I put here? And I'm realizing that family and God is where we're at, and I think this is truly biblical, what's going on. And we know what was the lady? I wish I could remember the lady's name that was on And We Know here recently. And she's on a quest for truth. And, oh my gosh, they kind of have them tearing up a little bit. I might even have to try to look at them on my phone and let you know what that last video was. I'm sure anybody knows, and we know, can look it up.
Okay.
This lady is fighting for truth and all that. And who was the news lady that he interviewed here not too long ago? That's renowned and well known. I'm having a mental block. I can't remember her name.
Catherine Herridge?
Yes. So this lady met her at an event, and the lady, Catherine, just said, "Oh my gosh, I know who you are and I know your voice because of LT." And totally just accepted her and let her in her group. And oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of all the ins and outs, but
wow.
I'm sure most of your audience already listens to LT and will figure this out. But if you haven't listened to the last episode there with this lady, I feel so bad because I just watched it like 3 hours ago. I wish I had her name down.
Not Catherine Herridge?
Yes. Yeah. It isn't. They talk about a little bit about the human trafficking and some other stuff that's going on. And it's mostly biblical. She's talking about how God had led her through this path. And the deep state has been after her because she's been targeting election stuff and all that.
Oh, Laura Logan. Laura Logan. That's who you're thinking of.
Yes.
Laura Logan. Yeah. Thanks,
Laura
Peggy
Logan
Dancer.
was talking to this lady and knows who she is. And this lady's been fighting for truth. Well, the deep state has been after her because she's been like right over the target. And I don't even know how Laura Logan is even not even getting targeted this. I mean, she is really going a full boat.
She's right on the money. She's got all. Oh man, she's a pistol.
So,
whoa, yeah.
So my point is, anybody here listening tonight, watch this and oh my gosh, and say prayers for these two ladies, because these are the people that are going to bring us all together and unite what we truly have. We all know this is biblical. What's going on?
Yes.
And this interview with LT tonight just brings it to light, and all the people that are catching on now. It's truly biblical what we're watching.
Yes.
And it trust me, it just moved me big. I was in the shop working on the boat trying to get ready for this trip and overwhelmed with all the stuff I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm greasing the axles on this boat trailer, and I literally got tears coming to my face listening to this lady talking about girls that are getting trafficked and all this stuff in different countries that have no hope.
So sad. So sad.
And how she's fighting for these people, and trying to do what she can do. And it's just like, oh man, I think I've got problems. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my gosh.
Yes. We need to pray for all these people who are being trafficked, and pray that, and also let them know if they're listening, we know about this darkness, and it's getting addressed. And you can escape. You can get out. You're not stuck for life. People have escaped. So hopefully we can help all these people escape. But for now, send your prayers.
The feeling of the helplessness, because you look at the current administration and they're abetting this stuff. I mean, they're not. There's so many things that are just not in their court, and it just makes them feel a little hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
Oh my gosh, we can just take part of that and realize, what we're looking at as patriots and how we're being treated, and
mm-hmm.
They got our borders open and all that, but yet it's affecting these people directly in their lives.
Yes.
And we're looking at our nation. It's both bad, but you first have to have your God and yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Maslow hierarchy of needs. You need shelter and safety and love.
Mm-hmm.
And those things are taken away from these people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what these Nazis or these deep state people want to do to us. That's what they want to mask our 1 and 2 year year-olds because they want to take away their safety and their identity first.
Yeah.
I think there's a plan. We know there's a plan.
It's like breaking a horse.
You know?
It's like breaking a horse. They're breaking these people.
Yes.
But
and you look at, so this is a tactic to get your human trafficking going. You have to control the herd. They're trying to control us that same way. There's methods.
mm-hmm.
Start correlating the stuff together, you know? And they always said, well, look, we've all done this.
Yeah.
How did the German people back during the Holocaust allow this to happen?
Mm-hmm.
It's happening to us now.
Because they
look around what's going on. The same thing's going on to us now.
Yeah, we need to be.
We got to wear masks and all that stuff, and turn in your neighbor and listen to this Dr. Fauci dude. You know, the same tactics are being played again now. How many years later?
Mm-hmm. Well,
this is a quick turn in history right here.
Well, if there's an area around where you live and you think it might be an area where there's trafficking happening, maybe people would, like the green the Green Berets or the certain citizen groups, and also not only to help stop to stop human trafficking for good forever, but also for these food processing plants. I'm sure there's plenty of people with drones and people who could, go there at nights and kind of like keep a vigil, even just with drones, and any suspicious activity that happens, it could be reported and recorded.
If you live from like 2 blocks away from the Clintons, you need to really just get a pair of binoculars and pay attention and get like group neighborhood walks. And you're going to spot them there. But so I'm sorry for the kidding thing right there. But here's the thing: Red Pill had some lady on like last year or the year before, right before the election, and she come out and said, "Look, it's going to take community and us people and blah blah blah." And I was kind of resentful of that idea because I wanted mass arrest to happen and I wanted it now.
Right.
Like, okay, I want it now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that lady was right.
Yeah.
And now everything we're hearing to the community is, we have to do it. The people have to do it,
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of capable people that can run for office and do this. Look at the school board thing and all that.
Yeah.
First thing is, who was that guy? Was it on Red Pill or was it on Thomas? Had this guy that's going to come on and said he wrote a book on how to wake people up, and I can't remember who that was, and I've never seen any more about that. But most of us just try to. I don't have the ability. No one will ever listen to me. I've got a select group of people that know, and then those that don't know, we can't change their mind. And that's the biggest thing we've learned through this whole thing is our families are divided in this whole thing.
Yeah, it's like a civil
war. We've still got
war.
people that are asleep, and they just don't want to wake their eyes up and say, "Hey, wait a minute, there is an evil force that doesn't want us to prosper, and they want to take advantage of us."
Mm-hmm.
And then they label us, "Oh, we are just a conspiracy theorist." We've got people that are still asleep.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than 5%. We know we can't wake up 5% per Q.
Well, I think there's more people awake. There's more people waking up than we can count. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah, because fake news is making us think that there's not that many at this point.
Brandon's doing a great job of waking people up.
So true. So true.
Robinette.
But we know that we can't do it just off the bat. I mean, look how many people were truthers way before us.
Right.
And everybody's just like, what?
Hey, going back to the drops, didn't they say that there will be a tweet from the president? What was it? Dear American people, we are.
I kind of know what you're saying, but I can't remember
what it was, but it was going to be a tweet. So this Elon Musk thing to get him back on Twitter so that he can make that tweet. And I got something here, a little news article. Donald Trump to share all 278,000 tweets everyone missed while he was gone. This is a Babylon Bee article. Yeah. That'll be a glorious thing when he comes back on. It's going to be great.
We definitely need the higher powers to back us up on this. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think they're very strong and in force. You know, I think so many people are praying. So many people every day. There's more people waking up and praying for this to end.
remember when Trump said, "We're not going to tell you when we attack, we will."
Right. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, all the deep state people were giving us the information that our patriots said, "Ha, you know, we won't tell you that we will attack," and it's going on. I believe devolution. I believe and all that stuff. I do. Can anybody quote to me what part of the constitutional deal it was? Was it Jefferson that did it? What president did that?
Did what?
What president followed through with devolution? They said devolution did happen before.
Oh, yeah. Way back in the 1800s, I think. Peggy Dancer says the storm is upon us. That's what's going to be tweeted. The storm is upon us. That was what it was.
What's that?
The storm is upon us.
Okay.
The storm is upon us. So when that tweet gets tweeted out by the president.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So he can't tweet it out if he's not on Twitter. So interesting. And you know, a lot of people are really bashing Elon, and not that there's not a lot of reasons to bash him, but hey, if he's all for freedom of speech, he's got extra 44 billion burning a hole in his pocket. What the heck? That's one more platform.
Did I just see something earlier tonight that said that did he finally make the purchase? Did something happen?
Yeah, they've accepted it. They've accepted it. Now they're studying it, and it's going to take like a month or so to get it all finalized because it's that much money.
Okay, I thought I seen something, but I wasn't sure what it meant if it went through or not. So okay, so interesting. Look at just the past actions of Okay, so what about Starlink? Is he not a white hat? I mean, come on.
I don't think you can say anyone's either a white hat or a gray hat or a black. Maybe they're all gray hats. I think that, well, Elon probably owes Trump something because Trump signed a bunch of space deals with Elon, which gave him the money to save Tesla. So
but look at this. What the green people or the deep state didn't give Tesla any breaks. He was not going to be getting a good social credit score company for some reason.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But he's the only one making electric cars in mass production, and they need that. So yeah, he's got him kind of by the balls.
Wouldn't that just tell you something in itself right there? He was not in the good graces of deep state because he wasn't following their plan.
Right.
I mean, you're looking at big money, big technology, and all that. And he might be his own thinker. He could be an original person with great thought that says, "Wait a minute, I'm not about evil crap and dominating the world. I want to help the world. I believe in God and things above and beyond. I'm not here to dominate you because I want to drink the blood of children." I mean, see what I'm saying? That was always my analogy way back. There's the dark hats and the white hats. Yeah. And you always had New World Order peeking over the side, and those that were elites always meant, and so we are somebody. And that all of a sudden became a religious thing and ethics things. And then one group said, "Well, wait a minute, I don't believe that way." And then it whispered to the West, "Can't take our kids to Jesus. They're going to eat our kids." And then there was this quiet divide for years. And then back in 91, they were already contemplating, well, we need a big asshole with a big ego that can be our spokesperson. And we'll figure him, and we'll change trade deals, and we'll wake the public up, and we'll get you involved, and we'll find out the generals that will back us up. And boom, we had white hats forming for a long time, trying to figure out how we're going to save America,
Yeah,
the world, and freedom.
and inspire workers to be proud to be workers again. I mean, he did an amazing job of getting people proud of working. I mean, it's amazing, you know. Gave him.
And you've seen some of the videos, like where they're interviewing just black people in this community, or anybody, younger people, just like in the different generation. Who do you think's better? And then these kids are going, Trump, because he's a businessman. And I remember when I was in the age in that same category, I'm saying I want Ross Perot. He's a businessman. We need a businessman. If we're going to play this game in the world market, little did I know the deep state was like, but they got rid of Ross Perot pretty quick too, didn't they?
Did you know?
You know?
Did you know something about Ross Perot that I didn't know? That my friend Andrew Pashago told me. He was also in the Mars Jump Room program.
No way.
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Yep. And he was going to help Andy with his bid to be president, and then he died.
See, I never followed. I didn't. I just knew when you listen to the guy talk, he wasn't like some political BSer.
Right.
He was telling you like business stuff, and he was like,
right.
You could just tell he wasn't lying. He wasn't feeding you a line of bullshit.
Right. Right.
You know, and it's like, okay, here's a business guy, and we're having problems in this country. We need a business guy. Okay, it's a no-brainer. And then all of a sudden, weird shit happened. He got Bernie, probably, right?
Could be.
You know, there was something that went down, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know exactly. It's been some time ago, but I'm pretty sure he got Bernie. You know, the mafia, the cartel at that particular time, he wasn't playing their game. You know, I guarantee you, he was probably not for New World Order. He was probably a Putin, American Putin or something, you know?
Right.
But, oh my gosh, the technology that's out there that we don't know about. Whew,
oh, yeah.
You know, it blows my mind, you know? And we always talked about how the Wright brothers came along, prop airplane, all of a sudden this war, next thing you know, there's jets. And oh my God, look how fast it happened from black and white TV to color TV, all this stuff, boom, cell phones, and then there's no other technology after that. There's nothing.
Right.
Blink, 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 blink.
Yeah. Yeah, we're stalled.
In dark, deep cavern in Ukraine by hidden agenda and hidden money. And Dr. Evils are out there everywhere, but yet we don't hear about anything that's good for humanity.
Right. Like GPS. GPS, I love GPS because I used to get lost all the time. Now GPS, it's very hard to get lost. But, you know, the government, the DARPA had that since the 70s, maybe the late 60s. They had GPS and they were using it in the military. But, you know, enough time passed and they made it public. That's what should happen to all of these technologies. I mean, can you imagine what it would be like if we didn't have GPS? It would
exactly. But my thought was the only stuff that got released is the stuff that would control us.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You get your cell phone put in your pocket, and they want to upgrade that everything. The only reason they want to upgrade it is because it can zero you in even more and listen to more and more and more.
Right.
And every time there's an upgrade on the computers, just to get into your app and everything, more and more and more.
Yeah.
More cookies, more data, more big business. Big business is collaborating with everybody.
Yeah.
They're on one big boat, and then it's all about money and control. And the only thing they release is just something that gives them more money control.
Yeah,
yet hemp is still Schedule 1 after how long? That they said there's no medical benefits. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought you said THC was evil, but hemp's evil?
Yeah.
Huh. But why is even THC evil? Because on these commercials, when you fly a kite and you have a grandchildren on a mountain and you have all these great slogans and everything, and it might make you crap yourself or cancer may have happened, that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, this plant that grows over here that might give you the munchies and make you a little paranoid and laugh, and there's no other side effects of that you might actually get cured, isn't legal.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You heard my story after my dad died from cancer. I started researching that.
Yes.
And then everything else started playing in line. And look where we're at to this point. It's like,
something natural is the best, especially for healing. I want to share a little meme here.
There's tons of natural stuff that help people. That just look at COVID. There was no protocol anywhere. This is what I was so stressed out being in the healthcare profession. No protocol whatsoever. I'm sworn to protect the citizens of my community from fires and disasters and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we're looking up to some czar up there.
Yeah.
And, just wear this mask and don't do nothing and don't tell anybody. Just send them to the hospital. I'm going to get them in Desivir.
Yeah.
And,
terrible.
I mean, oh my gosh, it's so stressful when you just you look around and you're like,
wear this mask.
We're the most powerful nation here,
and
we can't even think for ourselves anymore because we've been led to think that we have to follow this pecking order. And Red Pill's lady was right. The legislator, the states, we've got the power. The people have the power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what we have to start with. Come on, look how many doctors are silenced that were trying to help the people.
I know.
But yet,
I know, it's terrible.
Most of our public's brainwashed where we're just going to listen to this side because here's my analogy. Okay, so you got Democrats, Republicans. So, look, they made it like there's two football teams, and we're that big of Neanderthals, and that's what I'm laughing at.
Right.
My team, and we're fighting each other over our team.
Yeah.
We're losing the whole shit because there's two teams, and I have to pick a side. They've got us divided 50% at that side, and all of a sudden they got all these genders and all this other stuff and all that, and then they start dividing us down from that way. Next thing you know, we have no power anymore.
Right.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. But yet, people can't see through the fog. And when us as a group start seeing it, and then you can't even convince anybody of anything.
Right. Well, it's becoming more and more obvious. I mean, what we have to keep reminding people is that anything that subverts nature, anything natural, is Satanism. That's the definition of Satanism. They invert everything that's natural. They want everything unnatural, like transhumanism. They want to. The gender you're born is natural, so they want to change that. The fact that you are born, they want to change that and count you as a sacrifice. It's very sad, very sick and demented. But once you see it through that little lens there, that anything that's subverting the natural is by definition Satanism. And the minute you bite onto it, you are partaking in that Satanistic ritual. The masks
going on for so long,
and the masks are made in China, which is where this stuff came from. It's like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, what are these particles on the inside of the mask? Oh, why am I sick all of a sudden? Yeah, when I went to go see my grandson, it was at the hospital, and they told me I needed to wear a mask. I said I had the Invisimask on, and I had talked to two Karens there who weren't wearing masks, but insisting that I needed to wear one. I held it about 6 inches in front of my face as I walked in. As soon as I got into the room, they said, "Oh, you don't need to wear that in here." Oh, really? Just in the hallway? What the heck is that? It's just control. It's just, there's no science to it at all. Unbelievable. But I have some, a lighthearted little meme here. When you first look at it, it looks like this garbage can is floating in midair. But then it says, if you see this bin floating, you have been inside for too long. It's just a wet spot on the pavement. It looks like a shadow. So it looks like it's hovering. It's so funny. So funny.
I just sent you the And We Know video that
okay.
It was Sheila Holm interview with And We Know. It's the Georgia Guidestones calling self-selective slaughter.
Okay.
All right, I just sent it to you, text to your phone.
Right.
Uh,
I don't really know how to get it off of there to my other thing. So
all right.
I'm just gonna
So
say it again. I'm searching for it now.
all right, all right. It's an interview with Amino Sheila Holm, HOLM. It was done on April 19th. Self-selective slaughter tied to the Georgia Guidestones prey.
Okay.
So Sheila Holm is this lady, and she met up with that news lady during some other interview, and they've been collaborating with each other, and they're two people led by God. The Sheila Holm is very religious and very spiritual, and what we're talking about here is she's even saying that churches and all that have been infiltrated, and we've known this. We've known this.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of us have to have our own path with God and know Him on our own terms and spiritual. And that's why I brought up to you last year about what was that guy's name? Chuck Missler.
Oh yes, Chuck Missler. Yes, good guy.
He's got that. He died 5 years ago. He had the Colonial group that was with him, and they did several videos. Very well spoken guy. He talks about aliens in the Bible, the whole bit, all the scientific stuff with religion and space is not infinite, and it's not infinite to the microcosm, to the small size. That's within the 2 to 3. There's a series on YouTube called "Learn the Bible in 24 Hours" with Chuck Missler. And if you make it to the 3rd hour, you will be amazed on the scientific facts. And the people that did the collider and all that with the God particle started coming up with the same thoughts and ideas that correlates with the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. If anybody has a moment to watch Chuck Missler Learn the Bible in 24 Hours, just watch the first 3 hours, and you'll be just blown away.
I just put Chuck Missler's YouTube page, and it's got Chuck Missler Introduction to the Bible Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6. I think this might be what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it'll be a series that says Learn the Bible in 24 Hours, which are not typically going to learn the Bible in 24 hours.
Oh.
But if you, just like me and everybody else, that we've been in this 503c1 guided church that gives you the same story each season for your whole life, you're not getting into anything deeper than that unless you get into some serious Bible study group, which you might be privy to, Thomas had a guy on last month. I watched one of his shows. I can't remember this guy's name, but he said you want to get the King James Version 1611, the original King James Version 1611 Bible, the original. And he says it reads the easiest out of them all. Read that, and then he says you want to start reading some of the satanic stuff. And he said he started reading both, and he got a bunch of slack from his family, friends going, "What are you reading this stuff?" And he said when he realized that the devil is real, he knew God was so real, it wasn't even funny. He's so religious now, it's not even funny. I can't remember the guy's name, but if you get back on Thomas's archives and you look up this guy, very well-read person. And I made some notes. I'm going to order me. I've never read the Bible word for word, and I've been going to church most of my life. My mom got me in there and all that. But what we're learning now is that churches are compromised, and I got turned off on my church because they wouldn't even go inside. They would be out in the parking lot 6 foot away, wearing masks. There was no. Where's the faith at? Tell me, if you believe in God, and you have any religion or any faith whatsoever, wouldn't you question some of that?
Yeah, 99.9% survival rate. That to me, that says zero risk to me. That's a zero. That's pretty darn close to zero. You're not
I
going.
showed up out in the church parking lot, and I was literally in tears trying to talk to some people. And at that point, I realized it was pointless. And I'm sorry, I just kind of like walked away. This is stressful. What we're going through now is stressful enough for all of us, the families and all that. So try not to judge me and say, well, you should have faith and blah, 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 and talk to these people. I couldn't do it. And I still haven't gone back. But yet, every morning I pray, and I feel the presence. I'm a believer. I feel the presence. I'm a very spiritual person. Trust me. We see the evil now as a community. We know where the deep state's laden. We see it. Our governors. We've seen Minnesota. We see out in Oregon. We've seen where the Chaz was. We've seen what these people are doing. We see the evil. When you see this much evil, what do we know? There's yin and yang. There's good and positive. There can't be all evil and no good.
Right.
So if there's that much evil, there is God, and it's totally. I've always been a believer, but this solidified it. It just makes it easy for me now. Going, I am totally a believer, and I've always have been. I've been baptized, and if anybody out there hasn't been baptized, please look into that. Get baptized, and we could say a prayer right now and just say, I just accept Jesus into my heart as my Savior, and please, I am yours. I give you my soul. Just pray that and get baptized, and let the rest follow, and listen and pay attention to what's going on around you, and you will be saved.
There you go.
That's what it is. That's what it's all about. There's a lot of stuff out there that sways you into certain elements, but Jesus is Lord. The Lord did send Jesus down as his son to die for us for our sins. And it's wrapped up in a package here. Jesus is God. God is Jesus. Research that aspect alone, and don't let some cult take you off into something and drink Kool-Aid or something.
Right.
But it's real. It happens. And what did Andy say? Andy seen it. He's seen the crucifixion.
Yeah.
Andy talked about different timelines, which I don't understand. And are we going to have Andy back anytime soon?
Yeah. Yes, we are. He's coming back. We're going to do a show. We're still hammering out the details of it. So we're working on it. It's coming. Just can't.
Excellent. I hope he's doing good. How's his eyesight going? And did the monocular thing ever help him?
He's got this device that helps him read the computer. Yes, he can read the computer, and he cried when he was able to read. First time he's able to read in 3 years. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I am having someone he suggested to have on this Friday, and that this is a good time to announce that. And that is Brooks Agnew is going to be on. And I hadn't really heard much of him till Andrew mentioned him. I've been looking into him. He's a very, very interesting fella. He is a physicist, and he's got a really unique perspective. And he's like a really cool guy, because when he was 52, he had this revelation and of what he needed to do. And at 52, he completely changed his life around, and now he's doing what he's supposed to do, helping people to wake up, and so it's really, really interesting. Look up brooksagnew.com. That's AGNEW, Agnew, brooksagnew.com.
Agnew, okay.
He'll be on this Friday, and he's a very interesting person. And just like who was that comedian? He started his career at age 50. Rodney Dangerfield. He was like a aluminum siding salesman or something. And he said, you know what? I want to try this comedy thing at age 50. And he became a big star, just like Brooks Agnew at age 52. So it's never too late, people, to do what you're meant to do. So keep plugging ahead. You're still breathing. You're still important. Everybody's important. Nobody's above anybody. And right now I got a picture of a couple of a person sitting down next to his camel in front of the Sphinx with an eclipse going on overhead, and it's from 1906. So there you go. There's
Wow.
a little perspective. Very, very ominous looking old photograph.
Well, that sounds really cool. Yeah, keep up the good work. I appreciate the artwork. I was peeking a little bit here, making food, and
Okay.
I've seen some of the neat aspects of some of that devil imagery stuff
It
and
is.
all that.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I wish I
Thanks.
could, like, I don't know, come up with bumper stickers or refrigerator art, make millionaires if we need some of that. But I quite don't have it yet. Maybe Maxwell Smart will come up with what you need.
Well, I do have two of them on shirts in my my t-shirt shop. So I do have two of them on t-shirts. That's the one way that they're available that can help the program if people want to do that.
If any of your viewers can't afford eye drops and they don't have any money for eye drops, remind them to look up Sheila Holm, the And We Know interview on April 19th, and they'll have all the free eye drops they need if they watch you that. You know?
I did post that link, and I also posted a link to Miss Lur's 20. You learn the Bible in 24 hours. I found that. So
oh, neat. Yeah, it's so cool. Trust me, this guy. Wow. Sitting in church all those years, I wish he was sitting in front of me, and I think I would have been light years ahead of everything.
Yeah.
But everything's meant for a timing at some certain point. Right. What an exciting world we live in right now. Very exciting world, and I'm glad I have this group to share it with. And thank you, everybody out there, for listening. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in, Mike. You're a hero. Keep doing what you do. We all look up to you. And, you know, when there's a house burning, man, people like you are the heroes. So thanks for doing what you do.
I always kind of laugh that off, going, I'm just a guy. But as I get older now, my back's hurting and all that. I appreciate those thoughts. It's not getting any easier, and we have these neat young people. Man, I was just smart if some of these young people showing up now at our stations. Woo! I'd have been a czar by now. We have really good television showing up.
A czar.
So feel good, America. There's a lot of good young people out there.
Yes.
And I'm trying to do my best to keep them from getting jabs and all this. One young lady, oh, she's such a sweetheart. She got 2 shots and she wanted to get that jab so she could go to Hawaii. And I talked her out of debt.
Good for you.
You know,
good for you.
I talked her out of the booster, and I think someday Louis she'll look back and thank me. But I'm trying to do my part on this planet, because when we know something, we got to say something.
Yes.
You know, and I'm trying, even though it's a tough thing to do, and we may look foolish. Trust me, I'm fine with that. I can be if you all think I'm the biggest dumb guy in the world, I don't care. But I love every one of you, and I care. So that's where we're at.
We love and respect you. We love and respect you, Mike. Nobody thinks ill of you. Nobody.
Well, Aaron, you're doing a great thing, and I appreciate all your listeners. And I just get a chuckle every morning. I love hearing Mud Rabbit and everybody else chiming in, and let me just tell you, it makes my morning every time. So,
wow,
amen. And check out Chuck and this Sheila Holmes, and I'll keep on watching, and I hope to be able to call again some other day. Great. Thanks for calling in, Artist61 said. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for calling, buddy. All right. Bye. All right. Love you. Bye. All right. No Cuomo, of course. That's our buddy Mike. And Mad Pogue, you've been following Brooks for approximately 15 years, back when he covered harp. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. That is super awesome. Yeah. There's the link to call in if you want to call in. And Mad Poke, if you want to call in and talk about Brooks, I'd like to learn more before I interview him. I've listened to a couple of his things, an interview with him and a couple things, but if he's been doing it for 15 years, I got a lot of catching up to do. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for calling in. You know, he didn't know I was on.
He was just calling to say to talk, but boy, he sure stepped up to the plate. He's great on the air, so I'm really proud of him. He's a very cool guy, very nice guy, and there are more nice people than bad people. It's just that we need to realize that. It just seems like there's a lot of bad people because most of them are in control. Most of the people controlling things are bad people right now, or a lot of them. But that can be fixed. That can be fixed. So, isn't that an interesting photograph of the moon? And let's see. Looks like the face. They must have done some work to the face because this doesn't look like very detailed compared to what it looks like now. I think they did some repair work to it. If this was 1906 and you can barely see features on it, maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. I just don't know. Let's take a look at that eclipse. There's quite a bit of scratches on the photograph here. Yeah, it's an eclipse. Definitely an eclipse. There you go. All righty then. That's gone now. All right. Yes. So glad that Elon is stepping up. Now, I do have some photographs from a little video. Maybe we could watch the video too. So yeah, let's see if that is showing up. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right. And there it is. Okay, so we're going to play this. I'm not sure if the sound is going to be, maybe we don't need the sound. So here it goes. Now this is from, well, let's see, maybe we can listen to a part of it. This is from Martin Stubbs' channel, NASA cameras set up for giant UFO. Okay, so this is from space, the International Space Station, I believe, or the shuttle. Maybe there's no sound on it. Let's speed it up here. Okay. So there's a spot of lit up things, and they're kind of looking at it, focusing on it. And he zooms in, and what happens? What are those things? What's lighting up so much? The sun isn't hitting that part of the planet. So something is illuminating that. They are focusing quite intently on that area. And then right about now, you'll see something shoot out. There it goes. All right, here we go again. Look at that. Okay, see that thing go? Okay. See that thing? Look at that thing. Look at this thing. Now, what the heck is it? We don't know. We just don't know. Very interesting. Something shot off. What was it? Could have been like a rocket launch or something, right? Could have been a rocket launch. The mystery ship. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what was lighting up the skies. The mystery ship. Yeah. It was the mystery ship. I thought I heard Zoso Dude on there. Hugs to Mike. Hello, David. Welcome to the program. My Pet Goat? Looks like the goat from My Pet Goat 11. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I guess I didn't notice that. I mean, I guess it's been a long time since I've seen that video. Kind of disturbing video. But I have these screenshots. Maybe we can look at them and try to envision what the goat that you're talking about is. So here, I believe, is the first one. So you can see it right here. Oops. Okay, right here. See it? It just took off from like right here. It goes very fast. But there it is. It's right there. Doesn't look like a typical rocket. And it's shooting. It's hard to say if it's shooting into space or if it's just shooting over the ocean. It looks like it does look like it's possibly going up. But the angle of the Earth from where we're viewing it is it's a strange angle. So we'll get rid of that. I guess we'll hang on to that in case we need to look at it again. And I got it it took me quite a while to get it to stop at incremental points. And here's another view of it. It's a little bit higher here. You can see it right there. And the trail goes all the way back to where it was. Now, if it was a rocket, I think the trail would be much bigger than that. So it's disrupting the atmosphere as it's moving so rapidly, perhaps. It looks like it's oval shaped, possibly. And it looks like it's very large. If you could see this from space, I mean, that's pretty large. It's incredible. So is that a whole fleet of UFOs floating above the Earth there? And one of them shoots off? I don't know. I just don't know. What do you folks think? Young Star Wizard, welcome to the program. They don't want us to know about the space wars because it is too much for everyone to handle. I think you're right. It's from viewed from space, Josh. It's viewed from space, either the space station or the shuttle, years ago. And let me look at the video again. 2009. This is from 2009, this video, okay? So it's from a long time ago. But it's an important video because it's official NASA footage that shows something anomalous. So maybe we can watch the video again. But I have like one more photo to show you. All right, it gets a little bit bigger each time. A little bit bigger. every single time. And here it is. It looks pretty big here. As you can see, it's way up here now. The tail still goes far ways back. It's definitely does not look like something that we have built or that we know about. You know, it does look like the teardrop-shaped craft that Corey talks about, that the secret space program has. They're teardrop-shaped or pumpkin seed-shaped. That looks like a pumpkin seed. Hey, pumpkin seed. Maybe they have like two giant fingers that are slightly wet, and then they squeeze that pumpkin seed and just shoot it that way. Maybe, huh? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, let's take a look at that video again, shall we? Do you want to look at the video again? That might answer some of the questions we're getting here. So let's try that, shall we? La, la, la. Yeah, there we go. All right, here it is. So before we play it, let's just see. This is astonishing as NASA sends most of the clip framing the camera to capture this UFO shooting up and away right from a city at night. Oh, a city. Well, is it a city though? I don't know. Hard to say. So let's just play it again. All right. So here you're showing, oh, it looks like the shuttle. This looks like the shuttle right here. That looks like a picture of the shuttle. So it's probably a picture coming from the shuttle. So see the Earth, okay. This is the Earth. You see the atmosphere here. Very thin atmosphere. Only thing protecting us from all sorts of things. And they start moving the camera to a point of interest. Okay, we're going to speed ahead to here. Oh, well, we'll go back. See, they're dialing it in close. Now, if that's a city, how come we didn't see any other cities? It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are these islands? I don't know. It doesn't really look like a city to me. Maybe it is. I don't know. It doesn't say where it is, so maybe this Martin Stubbs might know. But we're coming to the end here, and you're going to see it shoot off. We're going to speed it ahead here for expediency. Okay, he's going to zoom in. There it goes. See? Here it comes again. There it goes. Right after he moves it. It's almost as if they knew it was going to happen. Very interesting. So maybe they were trying to document something they were shooting off, huh? I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to know. It looks like stuff Stargate Atlantis. Okay, it does it. Can you show us the most real UFO you ever know of? Truth. Show us the best picture of a UFO. There's so many of them. There's thousands of them. I mean, The one I personally saw in 1996 over Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin is right here. This is exactly what it looked like. It's just like the sport model that Lazar worked on. And it was silver, and it was darting around in the sky and stopping, and then changing direction, stopping, and then zipping over here and stopping, and then disappearing. It didn't disappear, but oh, it just did there. Space magic. So that's the S4 UFO revealed by Testers model kit. It came out in the late 90s. And so I got two of those babies. I did one clear. That one's clear. The other one I painted silver. But the clear one's the cooler one, I think. Looked like it came from that small bright dot. Okay. Yeah, it's a very curious video. You know, who knows? It's something, but any time something comes from NASA, that you know, a lot of the naysayers, you can just tell them, hey, this is from NASA, dude. It's not some guy in his backyard with a fishing pole and a little thing on the end of it. So there you go. There are just so many UFOs. Let me check my archives here. I'll just punch in UFO, and we'll see what I have on this confuser here, because I do have files. I saved too many things. It's probably, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm opening up a bunch of them here. It's really hard to pick just one. Hard to pick just one. So let's get going and check these out, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. You wanted UFOs. Can you show that teardrop ship I sent you over a week ago? Teardrop ship you sent me a week ago. Well, let me get one of these on here first, and I'll go look on my email. And I'll go look for that. Here's a classic one from, I think, 1966. That's a pretty good one. It's, you know, and this is just a black and white version of it. This actually is in color too. This is a black and white. I just couldn't find in this momentary search for the best UFO. This is one of the best ones, but like I said, there's a color version of this somewhere. I don't know. I might not have it on this computer. I have other computers. But I'll go check Peggy Dancer's thing she sent me. Let me see. A couple weeks ago. Is this it? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Yeah. Gosh. Hold on a second. I got a call coming in. Hello?
Hello.
It's Max. Good to see you, Max.
Nice to see you.
How's it going?
Are you alive or?
We're live. I'm searching for a photo that Peggy Dancer sent me. I'm not having a whole lot of luck finding it. But I'm looking.
What is it a photo of?
A teardrop-shaped UFO, apparently.
Cool.
I'm not sure. I can't really find it. Wait a minute. No, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Peggy. It's. I really don't like my email account. It's just Gmail. It's just really. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Peggy. I couldn't find it. If you could resend it to me, then I could find it easier, but it just wasn't there. I don't know what happened to it. Teardrop ship I sent you over a week ago. So how you been doing? Haven't heard from you in a while.
Good.
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, yeah, I know there was a couple of times you had guests. I didn't want to call in during that, and then I had a bad week. I had
Oh no.
some health issues I was dealing with.
Uh-oh.
They seem to be improving.
Good.
So,
Well, that's good.
yeah, so it's like anything when my cancer goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's largely gone, but you know, I have to stay the course until it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, like I said, there's just bad weeks that comes with the treatment.
Okay.
So you know, they say that some weeks you bite the dog, other days the dog bites you.
Okay.
So the dog's been biting me.
Oh no.
Just a phrase.
Well,
Some is Billy phrase actually.
send your prayers out to Maxwell Smart here, and let's get him healed up, because prayers work. Very powerful.
Prayers definitely work.
Very powerful stuff. So I'm showing.
Oh yeah, when I have days of great pain, I send out prayers, and usually I get a positive response within moments.
Yeah.
You know,
Good.
I'm a firm believer. First, I send out prayers to a lot of people. Anybody I learn that's hurting or whatever, suffering in some capacity, I try to send out prayers to anybody.
Yes, that's a good thing to do. That's a great thing to do. I'm showing. Someone asked what the best photo of a UFO that I've seen. I'm just showing some. There's so many. I'm just showing some. This next one I'm going to show is not an actual. It's a kind of a montage that I kind of made. I was doing an Elvis show, and I had the suit on, and got a picture next to the Elvis mobile, and got the UFOs in the background. I just made this in Photoshop or in Illustrator, so that's that. There's a pretty good picture. Josh says, "Feel better, bro." He's talking to you.
Thank you.
And David Warner says, "Amen." And Mad Poke says, "We should ask for a prayer for Max on the mystery ship this Wednesday." Yeah. So were you able to get a hold? Were you able to get a hold of Zoso?
Yeah. I heard he's not going to be on YouTube anymore.
Really?
I hope it's not, because he mentioned on air that he was going to have somebody on there talking about, you know, cancer, and I think he was talking about me.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
I hope that's not why he got. I don't know if he got canceled or he just decided he didn't want to be on YouTube. I don't know.
Really? I just saw him
Yeah,
on
just
YouTube
heard that,
today.
I think yesterday.
I just saw him on YouTube today. I mean, I saw one of his episodes. Or maybe when he airs that one, it's just gonna not be on YouTube. That'd probably be a smart thing to do. And Carrie says, I knew Elvis was an alien. Yeah.
But he's talked like he's not going to be on YouTube anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I
Huh.
think it was Saturday's episode.
I didn't see Saturdays. I didn't see that episode.
So.
I saw he interviewed Zach Payne. I saw that.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That was a good one. And that was on YouTube.
Yeah. I just haven't watched it yet.
And Mad Poke says he was on YouTube last night. Yeah, a lot of my...
Well, maybe whatever was going to take him off YouTube stopped or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm mistaken too. Maybe I heard something wrong.
Okay. Well, he's there for now, but
Not like it hasn't happened before.
I know when, quite frankly, has a subject or a guest that is questionable for that platform, he's just bows out of the stream going to YouTube and just goes to his other streaming platforms. So maybe that's what.
Oh, I know what it was. It was Saturday because he was
playing in music.
Saturday because he started playing his music.
All right. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I just got Peggy Dancer just sent me. Oh, okay. Now I remember. It's all coming back to me now. Okay. So I'll put this on the desktop.
I would hate it if he was no longer on YouTube.
I know. Right.
I've only seen 3 or 4 of his shows. I just started going there.
Yeah. He interviewed me.
That was really great.
He interviewed me and I interviewed him. So.
Wow. I had a great talk with him. He was busy, obviously with what he's going through right now with the work he's doing.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't talk very long. We talked about 15 minutes, and he had to get off and get to work. Sure. Yeah. So it was just a great conversation. He's a good guy. Yeah. All right. I was very impressed. So I found that picture. Good patriot. Yes, good patriot. Peggy Dancer sent in that teardrop anomaly. I'm just opening it now. If it's going to open for me. Here it is. And now I can go back over here. I can get back to here. There we are. And now we'll get it. Okay, Peggy, we got it. Thanks for resending it. And here it is. So a lot of people are capturing these on photo and video. And what it seems to show is a rocket launch. So like one of the other stages is maybe back here, and then the forward stage is still going. It hasn't reached its apogee yet. So, but this is what it looks like. This is what these modern, SpaceX rockets look like when these low Earth orbit rockets that put those Starlinks up, I think that's what it is. But they look very strange, almost like a giant sperm in the sky, but apparently it's been said that it's a rocket. Now, is that just what they're saying? I don't know. It looks like it could be a rocket. Not quite sure. And Peggy Dancer says, praying for Maxwell Smart. Thank you. I heard a rumor that Elon was now looking at possibly buying Netflix. Really?
That would be great. What about
I
Disney?
didn't know if you heard that.
What about Disney? Maybe you could buy Disney too.
Well, and then of course BCP was saying, I think was it today or yesterday, that it looked like they're going to accept his deal to sell Twitter.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be. Peggy Dancer just wrote, I live way out in the country in northwest Missouri, and it was right off my patio, right above the power lines. Well, you know, some of these low Earth orbit satellite, you know, rockets, they don't go very high up, I don't think. And they're putting them all over the place. So I don't know where they launched from, but that's just, it could be a rocket. But it might not be. But that was one of the excuses that I've seen bandied about. Am I sure about it? No. So it's a mystery. And let's see. Okay, didn't make any sound, just vibratory. Okay, interesting. Well, thank you for sending it. It sure is a mystery. Let's zoom in on it, see if we can get any detail out of that thing. Let's zoom in.
Is that anywhere near? Isn't it Cape Girardeau or?
I don't know.
Is that where in Missouri?
I'm not sure.
That happened in what, 1941? A crash?
Really?
Cape Girardeau, Missouri, I think. One of the earliest UFO crashes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where Cape Girardeau is. I haven't really researched that part.
Yeah, not a lot we can see here with these adjustments that I can make. Take out all the color. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery, Peggy. Well, keep your eyes open. If you see another one, also check your local paper. Other people might have seen it. Maybe it was covered in the local news. If you have a local paper. Interesting. Well, it's very interesting to look at, that's for sure. Yeah.
You got a good crowd this evening?
Yeah, it looks like a great crowd. We got Young Star Wizard, Peggy Dancer, Just Josh, Carrie Swearingen, David Warner, Mad Pogue, and Catherine Weiss, and Artist 61. Lots of fun people. Everyone's rocking tonight. Yeah.
I think I saw you the other night on Space Force News.
What do you mean in the chat?
Well, I mean, you were in the chat, yeah.
Yeah. Just
so.
briefly, yeah. Then I got a call and I had to just I had to bow out because I was on a call.
Unfortunately, I fell asleep about the science and technology section somewhere in there. I fell out.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up during the UFO portion.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta rewatch the second half too. I haven't seen it. Combat Carl's in the house. All my favorite Patriots, he says.
Yeah, I really enjoy the show they have with the Pena Perspectives.
Yeah. Pena Perspective on Tuesdays. It's tomorrow night. Yeah, so tune in to that on YouTube. Pena Perspective. That's where you can see Mud Rabbit and Combat Carl. My buddy Miguel Pena.
Another guy named Aaron, right? I think another guy named Aaron.
Who is that guy?
Well,
I wouldn't trust anyone named Aaron.
I know you call in too, but there's another guy, Aaron.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I knew I should have patented that name. Oh well, copywritten it. I had it first. Well, maybe not first. It does come from the Bible.
How's Mike the fireman? Have you heard from him lately?
He just called in before you called. We talked to him for quite a while.
Wow.
Talked to him for quite a while. He
talk on the show?
He had a lot of awesome things to say. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'll have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Yep.
Well, he's doing okay, I guess.
He's doing great. He's doing great.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm sure in that line of work, you see some things that are kind of rough to handle sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why it takes a special breed to do that kind of work, you know.
He doesn't have Hillary hanging on his wall, does he?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
In fact, he said that he's had high blood pressure, and after he watches my show, his blood pressure goes down. So I was
that's good.
very. Hey, there's Caddy or Kati. Hello there. I think that's Mrs. Combat Carl. Yeah. Very interesting. Thank you so much, Peggy Dancer, for resending that. I'm sorry that I couldn't find it earlier, but thank you for resending it. It's a fun thing to look at and to ponder about. And you took that yourself. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah.
You might tell Combat Carl. I'm sure he hears me.
Yeah.
Send a email to Aaron with your contact information. I might want to talk to you about your vortex math and some other things.
Do you hear that, Combat Carl? He wants you to email me.
It may take me a little while to get around to it, but
okay.
I do want to talk to him about it when I get an opportunity.
All right. I got something here that's interesting. It's a kind of a, second or third generation copy, but it's Hillary's uranium-1 document with signature gets leaked. I don't know if this is legitimate or not, but it might be legitimate, and I'm sure there's some legitimacy out there. So there it is. Bigger than Dallas. Yeah. So I thought that needed to be archived in my on my desktop for a while there, and immortalize it on the show. If indeed it is an accurate document. Of course, we all know it went down, which is amazing because Hillary Clinton, her signature's right there, selling 20% of our uranium to Russia.
I know something I didn't get to do.
What's that?
I didn't get to congratulate you on the grandbaby.
Well, thank you.
So, I heard that and I said, wow, I wish I would have called, and then I'll call him then.
Okay, Combat Carl said,
Congratulations.
thank you. Combat Carl says, Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarity. You can give Max my email. He is more than welcome to contact me. Okay.
But how about a phone number? Are you?
Yeah, a phone number would be better.
Yeah. But email's useful too.
Yeah, just email me the phone number, and I'll get it to him if that's okay. If that's
and let me know what is he on Eastern time? I'm trying to remember where he's located.
Combat Carl. I think he's on the West Coast, isn't he? It seems to me oh, yeah, I don't know. Everyone's in a different area. It's hard to keep track in my mind where everybody
where
is.
he is, so I don't call him at an inappropriate time.
Right. Hello, Yvonda. Good to see you too. Welcome to the program.
I'm starting to reach out to a few more patriots.
That's good.
And I'd also like to get the contact information from that gentleman. Oh boy, what was the name of it? Something cryptic alchemist or something like that.
Crypto alchemist. Yeah, he chimed in. He chimed in the other day. He's not here right now. Combat Carl says Louisiana. He's in Louisiana. Central time. Okay. There's another state I haven't been to.
I've only been to Louisiana a few times.
Yeah?
Usually on the way to Texas.
Yeah.
Well, I made one mistake, though. There's a state park I decided to camp once out on the Delta.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you don't want to do that. Because when the sun goes down, and once dusk arrives, there's literally a cloud of mosquitoes so thick, you think you're going to die.
Oh.
And you better get in the tent fast.
Okay.
Because there are thousands. If you can imagine I'm sure everybody knows how bad it is for a mosquito to bite you. Imagine 1,000 of them trying to bite you at the same time.
Gross.
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't even want to imagine it. I don't want to imagine it.
I wish I would have had if I would have had a bug zapper to plug into the car, it would have zapped continuously all night. I mean, I think it would have burned out the bug zapper, honestly. I don't think anything bug zapper could take the number of zaps it would be taking.
Okay.
I've only had that experience twice.
Okay.
That one state park there out on the Delta, I can't remember the name of it, and then on the west coast of Lake Michigan, in the state of Michigan. I mean the east coast of Lake Michigan.
Okay.
There's some things called Fisherman's Island or something. State park.
Okay.
And the only place we could escape the front of is we walked 20 feet out into the water in Lake Michigan, and you could see the cloud a foot away. They would only come out so far over the lake, and they'd stop.
Mm-hmm.
Which we knew we couldn't stay there all night.
Yeah.
So we just waited out there, and there was now what do we do?
Right. I have a picture up on the screen. It's my old show, the UFO show with Aaron Moriarty on Blog Talk Radio. It's still there, but you can't see any of the shows. I have to unlock them somehow. But the reason I put this picture up is because on either side of my picture is the UFO, or two UFOs that turned into one UFO when it was witnessed by myself and another person who does not want to come forward for some unknown reason. But there was a giant white light and a giant red light right below it, and they were going across the sky at a very smooth. These are gigantic lights. The lights themselves were about the size of a VW at treetop level. That's how huge they were. And they were just going so smoothly across the sky right above the YMCA parking lot here in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, many years ago. And then the lower light, the red light, just slowly went up to the white light and joined it. And then it pulsated and continued on with the same smoothness. I stopped the car. Me and the other person got out of the car and took 4 pictures and tried to get movie of it, but it did not show up on the movie at all. Nothing. And the lights showed up very faintly and very small. I had to blow them up to get these images. It was much more spectacular in person. And in fact, 2 other cars stopped and asked what those things were. And, no clue. They're unidentified. So that was freaky. Totally silent. There it is. Yeah. So yeah, Twitter has a new owner now. It looks like it's going to take, they say, 60 to maybe more days, 30 to 60 days to let the dust settle, and then he'll be able to. I'm thinking that he's going to be letting Trump back on there, because remember what Q said. Q said that POTUS will tweet, "The storm is upon us," when the storm is upon us. And of course, he hasn't been allowed to do that since he's not been on Twitter. So I have a feeling that might happen.
Oh. But I think you're going to see a lot of things start happening. The corner's definitely been turned, and things are going to start. We're going to see some more bad things happen. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. Don't let it get to you. There's part of a movie.
Yeah.
But there's also being continuous. I think continuously now there's going to be lots of little good things happen.
Oh yeah.
That start to show us that the tide is really turning.
Oh yeah. All these crumbs coming from Durham are very interesting.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to claim client lawyer privilege. Well, Durham said no. He's been under investigation before that, after that, and still now. So it's ongoing. There is no statute of limitations.
Right.
And he said, you don't know the evidence I have. So
that's the genius of a special counsel, because it can't be stopped by normal methods.
Yeah. So that keeps giving fruit. I mean, it's just small fruits right now, but hopefully soon it'll, because we all want to see her locked up along with the rest of these criminals. They've been getting away with murder for way, way too long.
And there's so much great coming for us after this all happens. So much joy is going to come to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looks like Just Josh has had some sightings in Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's a hot spot for UFOs. Yeah. Trump said he won't go back on Twitter, but will retruth the message on Truth Social. Good. Yeah, it'll automatically go to Twitter. Interesting. We'll see. Well, friends, I think we're going to put a cap on this. We've been going for quite a while. I don't want it to get too long. But I want to thank everyone who chimed in tonight, who was chatting, our 2 callers, Mike the Fireman and Maxwell Smart. And thank you to Catherine Weiss for the super chat. That's what keeps things rolling here. And thank you to everyone who stopped by. We love you all. And we're praying for you all to have a good, prosperous future and healthy future. So we're praying for you all. And keep your cameras pointed to the sky. So you can take a picture of that UFO. And come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. Until then, I'm typing here. Can you tell? My keyboard makes noise. Until then, peace in.